Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will talk about my journey through learning East Asian languages that is still going, of course, because learning is an endless journey, right? What I'm going to share is all based on my experiences and my personal opinion. I acknowledge that every one of us has their own experiences and insights on what I'm gonna say. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. My journey with East Asian languages began with Japanese. It's been an amazing ride. Let me begin sharing why starting with Japanese can smoothen the way to Mandarin, Korean, as well as Cantonese. If you learn Japanese thinking of learning Mandarin, Cantonese, or even Korean, you're about to live an exciting experience, in my opinion, as a language enthusiast, as an East Asian languages enthusiast. Well, I wish I can find another way of saying East Asian because of the controversiality into is that a word? If you don't know, I'm an expert with getting off track. Don't learn from me. I'll be ranking each language from my perspective, depending on its, I don't want to say difficulty because there's no such thing as difficulty if you're into the thing, you know. Why am I saying that so aggressively? If you like something, you can overcome anything. I'll begin with traditional characters. Traditional characters are almost the same as the Japanese kanji, which is the characters borrowed from China in ancient Japan when they did not have a writing system. And now it got simplified, right? Mainland China. These characters got simplified. The strokes are less. So it would be great if you learn both. There are so many good flashcards that provide both simplified and traditional characters. Traditional characters are used in Taiwan and Hong Kong. For simplified characters, they're used in mainland China and other countries like Singapore and I believe Malaysia. So you'll be able to guess the meaning of these characters, these traditional characters, if you're already familiar with some good amount of kanji. So you will be able to guess the meaning, not the reading. Although some of the characters' readings are also similar to the Japanese onyomi, which is the Chinese reading of the characters. So let's say, for example, junbi, to get ready in Japanese. In Mandarin, it's junbe, junbi, junbe, quite similar in pronunciation. Here's where the fun part begins. When you start listening and distinguishing or be able to detect or recognize the difference between the pronunciation for the same exact word, you will be like, this is the word that I memorized in X language and now I'm seeing it here too. Yeah, this is what gets me excited all the time while I'm learning these languages. Yeah, and I believe in Korean is junbi. So junbi, junbi, junbe. Let's move on to Korean. Korean's writing system is unique and it's completely different from Chinese characters. Although in ancient Korea, they used to have Hanja, which is the Chinese characters in the Korean fusion. Like, they use the Chinese characters just like Japan is using kanji and still using it. But Korea is not using this anymore because after 1444, King Sejong invented Hangul, which is the new Korean writing system. And it only has 24 letters consisting of consonants and vowels, excluding the double consonants, which is just like a stressed version of the consonants that actually exist in the alphabet, and it saves you so much work and memorization. So if you're planning to read Korean, this is the less time consuming language to begin with. If you wanna construct a sentence in Korean, grammar wise, it's similar to Japanese sentence structure. So subject, object, verb. SOV, right? Because in English is SVO. Yeah, in Japanese and Korean it's SOV. What about Mandarin, you're asking? Mandarin is just like English, SVO. My tip here is to memorize the frequently used phrases as well as sentence patterns, and to be open to be able to see those patterns in a sentence so that you can naturally start making a sentence on your own. And focus on tones in Chinese, because, and I don't know if you already know that, but if you mess up the tones, you can end up saying something else than the thing that you're intended to say, and it will result in confusion. And this happened to me when I was trying to say I'm completely full, and I end up saying I'm dying slowly. I don't know how that turned out. Anyway, focus on tones. And memorize word combination in Mandarin, because usually vocabulary in Mandarin and other Sinitic languages, the word comes in a pair of two characters. You can try methods like active recall, spaced repetition, or visual memorization to not translate the new words you're learning, but instead to use a visual dictionary like the one I'm going to show you now. And this video is not sponsored, guys. I'm using this. It's a Chinese visual dictionary, and for me, I try my best not to look at the English translation, because avoiding translating will help you so much on the long run when you wanna recall the word or make a sentence on the spot real quick without pausing to translate. So the characters followed by the pinyin for guide how to read it, and then the picture. And this is what I call a good memorization technique, to visually memorize words. We got here the picture for lychee or 荔枝, and we've got the pinyin and the picture. Let's say 苹果, so apple. So you'll see a picture of apple and say, okay, 苹果. This is how children and babies start to learn a language, right? They don't translate when they're learning their native language. They learn through a picture book, or in our case, a visual dictionary. Another technique you can do, I've also asked my Taiwanese and friends from mainland China how they memorize characters, and it turns out that they start with radicals. So they begin with those little components of the character itself, and from there they start learning how these radicals combine to form a character. So it's like, okay, that's radical for person, that's radical for whatever, water, that's radical for heart, and this is the component of left side, the component of right side. There are different patterns of Chinese characters to be formed. I'll list here the common ways of how a character can be built up. I'd like to end with an advice. Listen, guys. Never believe in such sayings as language X is difficult for X native speakers. All languages require time, commitment, and dedication to learn. But such thing as difficult language does not exist, in my opinion. Never miss out immersing yourself in a new world through language. If you're still watching till the end, I would like to thank you so much for sticking till the end, and I hope that this video was helpful by any means to you. Alright then, till the next one. Controversial. If you're wondering what I'm reading, I'm taking a look at this. I can't talk at the script time. Oh my, what? At the script I've prepared. Finally. And what I'm talking about when I'm talking about these other neighboring states, I'm talking about, what is this? That doesn't sound as much as I wanted it to be. Like, yeah. 准备好了吗？准备好了。So learning the language. Oh my gosh. 慢慢